Hi everyone. I'm going to review 3 log properties today. The first one we have seen is called the product property. The second one we have seen is the quotient property, and the third one, the power property. So let's take a look at all 3 of them. What would the product property be? So looking at the product property, it basically states that if you have a log with a certain base of some value multiplying another value, in this case m times n, you can separate it and write each value or each factor with its own log. So for example, my factor right here is m times n, where the multiplication is happening. You can set that equal to log base m plus log base n. Now, of course, we can go backwards. So if we were to write this backwards, I can write it as a single log and use the same property. So let's take a look at a few examples. The first one right here, we have log base 2 of 8 plus log base 2 of 4. We can rewrite this as log base 2 of 8 times 4. And then, of course, we can simplify that, and that will give us log base 2 of 32. Now, sometimes you can evaluate your log. We also know that log base 2 of 32 happens to equal 5. So this log base 2 of 32 is 5. Now, if you remember how to evaluate a log base 2 of 8 right here is 3. Log base 2 of 4 is 2. And if we actually check this equation, it is true that 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. Using the quotient property, we have log base b of some fraction, m over n in this case. We can actually separate a fraction by subtraction. So if you take a look at your numerator, the numerator is m, the denominator is n. We can write it as log base m minus log base of n. So going backwards, again, just as we looked at the product property, we can rewrite this either going to the right, that would be expanding, and we'll take a look at what expanding and condensing is in the next video, or we can write it as a single log, and that would be condensing. So let's take a look how we would write the first example. Log base 5 of 625. Well, this right here would be our numerator, and the 5 here would be our denominator. So if we wanted to write this as a single log, we can write this as log base 5 of 625 over 5, which is equivalent, if we simplify this is the same as log base 5 of 125. And the last property we're going to look at is the power property. Well, this basically states that if you have some type of log with a base a raised to some power, you can bring that power or the exponent to the front of the log. So you can go back and forth, and that would be the power property. So for example, I can bring this exponent, which is a 6, to the front. So rewriting this would be equivalent to 6 log base 2 of 32.